To see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see. First of all, what is mean by ERP? What does it mean? So ERP is nothing but enterprise
Communication.
enterprise resource planning. So it is nothing but, so if you find any industry or manufacturing, pharma, any industry, previously before this ERP, they maintained the manual records. How the procurement, how the store, how the sales, each and everything is in a manual records. So small organization, we can able to collect the data and we can able to present into our chairman. But in huge big organization like Mahindra, Renault, Nissan, Ford, and in terms of pharma, Pfizer, Dr. Reddy's laboratory. So they are doing in crores of business. So the chairman wants to see the what is today production and what is sales and what is procurement cost. So huge, it will take some time, at least 1 week to segregate all the records and finalize and showcase the figure. So prior to ERP, that is a situation. So once the ERP came into the market, it is very easy to demonstrate day by day activities, day by day profit, loss, sales, production, planning, everything very easy. So within fraction of seconds, we can able to showcase to our chairman. So this is our procurement, this is our sales, this is our production. So for those kind of uh, digitalization, there were so many ERPs there. If you see here, SAP AG, PeopleSoft, Oracle, BAN, ZD Advance, there are so many things. So there are so many ERPs. So why SAP is a very familiar? Yes. If you see into the SAP, if you see in the right side diagram, you can able to see financial management, supply chain management, manufacturing resource planning, human resource, customer relationship. So there are so many modules in SAP ERP. And moreover, those all modules are integrated each other. That is the beauty of the SAP. But if you see in a PeopleSoft, it is a very good for the procurement. If you say Oracle, it is a number one for the finance. So different activities, the remaining softwares are very familiar. But SAP is the SAP ERP software is the integration between the entire modules. So there are technical modules, functional modules, like that. Now, come to what are all the benefits if we install the ERP? Why ERP is a famous? What are all the benefits? If you see here, the SAP is a German developed software, and it is a OS independent. Means you can install in a Windows, you can install in a Linux, any OS it will support. And database independent. You can use Oracle or you can use anyone. Now SAP is using a HANA database. And the third point is contains a rich set of functional modules. Rich set of a functional module. If we come into the FI is nothing but a financing. So for any organization, the finance is the heart, and the second body is a material. So finance is one of the good module in SAP. MM for the material management, SD for the sales and distribution, HR for the human resource, like employee salaries, small expenditures, everything. And SAP is providing a 24/7 support for 365 days. And moreover, the last and excellent feature is SAP support almost all available languages in world. If you want to SAP, you can see in a Japanese. If you want to see SAP in a Dutch, you want to see if you can able to see in a Dutch. If you want to see SAP in any German language, you can. If you want to see SAP in Hindi, we can able to see. But any other software will not support those many languages. Right now, the overview of SAP. So these are all the function modules: MM, FI, CO, SD, HR. These are all the technical modules: Basis and SAP, ABAP. Basis and ABAP. ABAP is a purely development type, developing the new programs, all those things. And Basis is providing the roles and responsibilities, TR movement, everything. No. So up to here, do you have any questions? Hello.
No, sir.
Thank you. Now, see here, this is how the ERP system will work. This is a centralized database. If we see here, inventory management, purchasing, vendor integration, customer relation management, payroll, accounting, customer sales. If you see in the screenshot, any organization 100% will follow all these entire modules. Right? Okay. Come to the purchasing is nothing but you are going to buy. Vendor integration is nothing but supplier integration. For example, if you are you are having a 10,000 rupees, you want to buy a mobile. So what you are going to do, you go to the Amazon app, Flipkart app, and you can able to see where is the less rate is there. You can buy that mobile. That is called as purchasing. And vendor integration is nothing but you place an order to the Amazon. Amazon is your vendor, like that. Okay. Now I'm sharing my one more screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this is the SAP history. In 1972, 5 IBM people left at the IBM company and this started the research for the SAP, and they slowly developed the SAP for all manufacturing, construction, different types of all organizations. Initial days, so R1, R2, R3. So R1 is a first level 1972 development. Next R2 is a second development, and R3 is early of 2000 years, and R4 is after 2016. So now we are going to learn this SAP R3 structure. It is called a ECC, and SAP S4HANA it is called as it is not 2010, it is a 2016. By mistake, it was written here 2016. So what was the difference between SAP R3 and R4? Presently, everyone is saying that SAP S4HANA, S4HANA. What is mean by S4HANA? S4HANA is having a front end. See, I will tell you first what is mean by R3. R3 is a ECC system. For example, user want to create a purchase order. Now you want to log into the SAP, user ID password, and you will go and create a ME21N transaction code, and you will create a purchase order. In R3, the database is a Oracle database is maintained by the SAP. Now, what is mean by S4HANA? S4HANA, the SAP Labs is newly brought the HANA database in the place of Oracle. And the front-end application is Fury. I think so you heard about that Fury application. So Fury is nothing but our mobile apps. So the same kind of SAP developed a Fury application. The end user can use only the Fury application. He doesn't know what is happening in a backend. So I will tell you later at the end of this course regarding this, what are all the changes in S4HANA, what are all everything at architect level. But if you want to learn S4HANA, you have to know this SAP R3. Okay. Now, what are all the organizations will use the SAP? If you see here, aerospace, automotive, banking, chemicals, consumer products. So many organizations will use the SAP. Now, these are all the function modules. So many function modules is there, but majority we can use these are all the function modules: SD, MM, PP, QM, PM, PS, PHR, everything. Now, what is mean by MM? So MM in terms of, it is nothing but a material management. So what are all the material? For example, you took a Mahindra and Mahindra Hyderabad plant. What Mahindra and Mahindra will do? Mahindra and Mahindra, the company is the manufacturer of the tractors or jeeps or cars. So Mahindra only manufacture the engine. Mahindra is not going to manufacture the tire, tubes, gearbox, all those things. They will manufacture only engine. So remaining parts, they will buy somewhere, some other vendors, and they will do the assembly in a Mahindra and Mahindra plant, and they will sell it to the farmers. So this is the entire business of the Mahindra and Mahindra company. Now, here the material is playing the major role. The engine, the tires, the tubes, all those things. So for 1 or 2 tractors, they are manufacturing means they can maintain the manual records. Per day, they will manufacture more than 150 tractors. How they are going to maintain this purchased material, engine? So there must be some accountability, right? So it is a very difficulty. So because of that, Mahindra and Mahindra companies already implemented the SAP. So there is a one process. So how the procurement will start and how the production will happen, how the sales will happen, right? So here material management is played the major role. How many materials purchased, how many material went to the production, how many outcome of tractors will came. So everything will be captured into the SAP software. Now, here I told you SAP R3, there are 3 landscapes, sorry, 3 servers: development server, quality server, production server. Development server, whatever you are going to develop, everything will be done in a development server. Once your development is completed, the development should be transferred with the help of the basis people from development to the quality system for testing. Once the testing is completed, user is acceptance it, whatever the functionalities, so he is satisfied, then he will give the UAT, user acceptance testing. Then the configuration will move from the development to the production with the help of the basis people. Okay. Now, for any software, not only SAP, .NET, everything, there must be one methodology to implement the software. When in terms of SAP, there is a methodology called SAP methodology. There are 5 phases. For example, who are working in a TCS company, TCS company got a project from the Mahindra and Mahindra to implement the SAP into the Mahindra and Mahindra Hyderabad or Mahindra and Mahindra India. Now what TCS management will do first? The phase 1 is a project preparation. It's nothing but they will mobilize the people, 10 MM consultant, 10 FI consultant, 30 above consultant. They built a one team and they will deploy those members into the Mahindra and Mahindra plant. That is in terms of mobilization. Second thing is that how many systems is required. So those kind of hardware things also they will prepare. That is called as a phase 1 project preparation. And now you all 7 members went to the Mahindra and Mahindra Hyderabad plant. And now you want to understand, for example, if you take a consultant, he wants to understand how they are maintaining the records and how the process is going on, how the procurement is going on, how the sales is going on, how the production is going on, what are all the records they are maintaining. So everything he want to understand the business and he will prepare a one copy that is called as in a phase 2 business blueprint. It's nothing but the entire process of the Mahindra and Mahindra, they will come and keep into in one document that is called as a business blueprint. Then after completion of business blueprint, we will showcase to the Mahindra and Mahindra top management. So this is our business. This is our standard SAP. So we can map your business scenario to the SAP. These are all the possibilities. So they will ask some questions and they will say, no, we don't want this, we want like this. Then there so many meetings will happen, and finally they will give a sign off for the business blueprint. Once the sign off of the business blueprint is completed, then the next phase is realization. Here SAP MM consultant work will start. So what are all the, how many plants is required, how many storage location required, so everything they will mention in the business blueprint. Then based on the business blueprint, we will start our configuration developments. Then phase 4 is a final preparation. So any changes are required, minor changes, everything will do in a final preparation. And last one is a go live and support. So development completed, testing completed. Now the configuration moved to the production server. End user start working using the starting using the ERP software, SAP software. So he faced any issues, then we will support to that people, that is called as a go live and support. And that is called as a SAP methodology. Now, what are all the types of projects is there in SAP? See, phase 1 blueprint, this one, then right. How many types of the project? Implementation. What is meant by implementation? As I said you, Mahindra and Mahindra is maintain the manual records. Nothing is there. They are only maintaining the manual records. So you want to start the implement the SAP from scratch itself. That is called as an implementation project. Support and maintenance. So once the implementation is completed, then the end user start working on that. He is facing issues. We are going to support those issues. It is called as a support and maintenance. And what is meant by rollout? A rollout is nothing but Mahindra already implemented the SAP in all Indian plants. Recently, Mahindra brought the Swaraj company. So Swaraj plant, Swaraj tractor manufacturing plant. So the Mahindra, the same set of software is going to implement into the Swaraj newly brought company or newly brought production plant. It is called as a rollout project. And the final one is, fourth one is upgradation and migration. Upgradation is nothing but sometimes SAP Labs will release some nodes, different new functionalities. So we have to add on our earlier using software, that is called an upgradation and migration. And enhancement is nothing but new changes, new patchwork. Our user is asking you new functionalities. So those are possibilities, everything the consultant will look into it. That is called as an enhancement project. So up to here, do you have any questions in terms of SAP ERP? If you have, you can ask. Hello.
No, sir. We don't have any questions as of now.
So any others, suggestions? Suggestions also welcoming.
No suggestions, sir. You are explaining very clearly.
Thank you very much. Now,
But I have a question, sir.
yes, tell me, madam.
So how is this useful in our day-to-day life? Because
Yes,
if
madam.
I am the user of SAP, I
Hmm.
started working on a project.
Yes,
How will I master the data or
right, madam. Yeah. I will explain now. For example, you are working as a production engineer.
Mm.
Suppose you are a production engineer in a Mahindra and Mahindra.
Mm.
So what exactly early morning duties of production engineer? So production engineers will have a set of a planning for the tomorrow.
Yes.
So what production engineer will go do? So for example, if you want to, your tomorrow plan is you want to manufacture 10 tractors. Assume that.
Mm.
So you want to know what are all the materials available in the stores, right?
Yes.
So for that, what you are going to do? You raise a indent.
The data.
I want a 10 tires. I want a 1 engine. I want a 4 lights. I want a 1 gearbox. That is your indent.
Mhm.
So once you raise the indent, you will go and submit to the store people, and store people, they said that, sir, we do not have the 10 tractor manufacturing assemble parts. We have only 8.
Mm.
What you are going to do? Now you are going to discuss with your manager and said that, sir, our tomorrow plan is we have to manufacture 10 tractors, but the material is available only for 8. So we need to raise a indent, that is called as a requirement of a material for the 2 number of tractors manufacturing parts.
Mhm.
And then what you did, so you written that, so for track whatever want, you written indent and you submit to the procurement department and said that I want this material within a 1 day.
Mhm.
Then the procurement department will start searching for the vendor who is a supplier of these on materials.
Mm.
They will find that, they will give a order, and the material will be supplied to your premises. So this entire thing is happened in 1 day.
Mm.
Now you asked what is your daily life.
Mm.
Now once you place a order, once you place a order to the vendor, when the vendor is supplied a material to your premises, so how you are monitoring all the system? If it is in a small volume of data, you can able to maintain in a WhatsApp, or you can able to
Maintain in Excel.
do
Proper.
it in Excel, and you can save by phone. Sir, these materials is reached or not. But
Mhm.
Mahindra and Mahindra is a very big company. How they are going to monitor all those things?
Mm.
If you are only one production engineer, assume that in the same production planning, you are at 15 of production engineers is there. So 15 members will give the indent, 15 members will give the requirement. So it is not able to find out in a books, right? So you have to, there is a process to streamline all your activities.
Correct. Okay.
So for that purpose, the beautiful software is developed by the German people, that is called as SAP MM.
To just keep a track of all the
Yes.
process.
Accountability of each and every movement of the material, finance, whatever it may be. So I will tell you simple example, madam.
Mm.
You are having 100 rupees. You
Mm.
want to spend these 100 rupees in a 10 areas.
Mm.
How you are going to spend? Simple thing is that 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 rupees.
Distributing it to 10.
Right. You want to 1 crore rupees. So how you are going to spend?
Little math.
Yes. For that only the SAP. Each and every material, each and every 1 rupee. For example, you are one company CEO or a chairman. So you are going to invest 100 crores for a new project. You simply said that, yes, this is, I am an investor. I am going to invest in your company. You have to start the construction one building. So ultimately your goal is you are invested into 100 crores and you are expecting a profit of 10 or 20 crores. So you don't know nothing. So the construction will take 2 to 3 months or 2 to 3 years. And finally, you came to know that that project is lost. How? Because of the accountability of each and every rupee of expenses. The finance people will maintain a separate book or a separate GL account for each and every expenses. Material cost 10 crores, labor expenses 5 crores, diesel expenses 2 crores, like that. So they will differentiate each and every expenses, and they will say that, madam, you invested at 10 crores, but unfortunately whatever we built the building, it is not sale up to market. So because of that, we lost it. How they said that? Because of that accountability, whatever it may be. It is a 1 rupee, 50 paisa, or 25 paisa, there must be accountability. In SAP, the accountability is a very streamlined and very aggressive.
Right.
Because of that only, the SAP will have the market more than a 68% in manufacturing sector and all others. I think so. I cleared your doubt, madam. You have any other questions?
I have one more question.
Yes, madam.
So, we in our day-to-day life, would we
Mhm.
only focus or work on the production overview, or is there any other things that I should be equipped?
No,
Because
madam.
I am
See,
asking this
yeah,
because
yeah.
I am not a engineer. I don't come from an engineer background. I come
Right,
from
right.
commerce.
I will tell you. See, there is three things.
Mm.
SAP MM consultant means the SAP MM consultant will understand the business
Mhm.
at the book level and they will map the business to SAP software. It is the work of the SAP consultant. That is the first thing.
Mm.
And second thing is SAP core users. They have the limited access. So they are not equal to the consultant. They will just create a material, simple things they will do. And the third point is SAP end user. Whatever you said, who is going to use this software in day-to-day life?
Mm.
So in terms of your parties, you are a consultant.
Mm.
You have to understand the business. You have to map your business to that business to the SAP software. That is our major role in as a SAP MM consultant. Simple thing, madam. You are having a 500 rupees. You want to buy a ration for your home.
Mm.
So you have to manage all your rations within this budget.
Okay.
So our day-to-day life expenses,
It could
everything.
be with anything, like
Yeah.
budget, like house running or
Yes,
inventories,
yes.
or any aspect of any business. Because I should know the prior knowledge of running it before I jump in, no?
Okay.
So I want to know what all should be aware of. Like if you say home, we
Mhm.
know finance, you should be careful. You should take care of your household expenses,
Yes,
groceries, or
yes,
if you have family, that family production
yes,
and the
yes,
future kids also. So we
yes,
know this cycle of life.
yes,
The other life, like engineering of production, like how inventories come in, there are
yes,
certain subjects to certain areas, right? There are
correct.
what kind of projects may occur in life? I want to know those.
What kind of project may in simple, I will say that you know Nestle company, right?
Nestle
Nestle,
company. Mm-hmm.
it is a baby milk powder company.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. What Nestle initially developed, they will give only formula for the baby powder. After that, they will enter into the different businesses. If you see Kit Kat chocolate, Munch,
Mm.
the mother is baby powder.
Baby powder.
Yes.
But
After
now,
that only they will move to the different areas.
okay.
So that is come under SAP MM. See, if you want to make a chocolate, what
Expansion
will,
of your product would be
yes,
key aspect all the time.
yes. If you want to manufacture a chocolate, what are the needs you want? You want to cocoa powder, you want to maida, and you want to the formula. How you are going to buy? You are going to buy with with giving to the amount. That is called a purchase. Once the material is received to your end, it is called as an inventory. Once the chocolate is made, it is called as a production. Once the made chocolate is went to the warehouse, from warehouse it will send to the supplier, it will send to the customer. It is called as a sales.
Right.
So the main intention of the SAP MM consultant, he is like a liar. He wants to understand the business and he wants to digitalize it, the business to the SAP software. That is the main aim or main responsibility for the consultant.
Okay.
Right. Right, madam. Sir, any other having any questions, sir? Let me know. So I will I'm going to give what is meant by MM, what are all the key factors in MM. I'm going to explain. So before that, if you have any questions, ask me, sir. Okay.
No
So are
question,
you
sir.
able? Yeah, sir. Tell me, sir. Hello.
So in the SAP MM, what are the main factors we have to consider during the consultant role?
Can you come again?
Any specific a factor that we have to consider during the consultant role?
No,
Because
no,
we
no.
work as a SAP consultant, not the end user,
Okay.
right? So
See,
yeah.
Come on, sir. Carry
Any
on.
specific factor that we have to focus on a particular factor that we have to we have to focus on that thing that it is helpful for us so that we can work on a SAP concern in a better manner.
No, sir. Sir, I will tell you on that. So there is no enemy specific factor. So we have a P2P procurement cycle. So we have to know all the SAP standard providers things. So I'm not saying that there is specific part. No,
Okay.
it will not work. So you have to learn all the topics in SAP MM as provided by the SAP labs. So once you are familiar on that entire topics in real time, you will get some part of the work. So you will, so the person is the business. I am saying that will not go and work each and every point. You will get a one piece of work. That's it. Assume that you are having a 10 MM consultant. They will ask in which area you are familiar. You said that I am understanding business understanding. I am very much and testing. I am very much. Then they will assign you a testing role. And some people say that I'm very much confident on configuration. They will assign in a configuration like that. But you did not get a chance to work on entire project in real time. I hope I cleared your question, sir.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. So now I am going to explain MM major contents. There are 5 parts in MM: material management, enterprise structure, material master, purchasing, inventory management, invoice verification. So what is mean by the enterprise structure? Assume that in this diagram, the building is like a Mahindra and Mahindra company, and the company codes. Mahindra and Mahindra is having a one plant, one company code in India, another company code in Malaysia. So there are 2 plants. So sorry, 2 company codes. In Mahindra and Mahindra 0001 India company code is having a one plant. Assume that Hyderabad or a Maharashtra, wherever it may be. And Mahindra plant is having a so many storage locations. I mentioned here only 2. So you can whatever you want, you can create a storage location. Multiple plants if you want, you can able to create. But the thing is that based on the business blueprint is our Bhagavad Gita. Whatever is there in the business blueprint, you have to configure those things only. As a consultant, you do not have a rights to create your own in a real time. Business blueprint, they will decide everything in a business blueprint. What are all the descriptions, plant codes, everything they will define in the business blueprint itself. So based on our business blueprint, we will took the reference of the business blueprint, then we will create all the structure, everything. Right. Now, this is called as an enterprise structure. And now, second is what is meant by the master data. For example, if you go to your any bank, if you have an account, they will initially, when you enter into the bank, they will ask your phone number. Once they will provide your phone number, they will enter in the system and they will get all the database. That is called as in customer data. The same as what are all the material you are going to procure, will keep all the data in SAP MM. It is called as in a master data. They will have some number ranges. For example, chocolate one number range, vehicle one number range, like that. See, in master data, there are a different master data is there. It is related to the material. It is called as a material master. It is related to the vendor. Vendor is nothing but supplier. For example, you are going to place an order in Amazon app, or you are going to place an order in a Swiggy. Swiggy is your supplier. So if you maintain the Swiggy related data in your company, it is called as a vendor master. What is meant by service master? Service master is nothing but assume that housekeeping, for employee expenses, guest house expenses, and water expenses. Sometimes you engage a vehicle to transport of the employees. Those kind of related all stuff will configure into the service master. Source list is nothing but it is also called a master data. It is a combination of material, vendor, all those things. And purchase info record also master data. What is mean by purchase info record is nothing but we are maintaining the material price in the purchase info record. We will know that once we will enter into the system. Now, the third thing is the purchasing. What is mean by purchasing? Are you able to see the screen cycle? This is called as a purchasing cycle, P2P, procure to pay. Your requirement is you are having a 10,000 rupees, you want to buy a mobile. That is your requirement. Then what happen? What are all the sources available? You will find a local vendors and Amazon and Flipkart. Then finally you find a selected a vendor, that is called as a vendor selection. And finally you placed order in Amazon, that is called as a purchase order. Once the placed order, Amazon will supply the phone to your end. You receive the phone, that is called as a goods receipt. Once you receive, you pay the amount to the amount to the Amazon customer or Amazon person, that is called invoice verification. So this is the basic business, basic P2P cycle. There are different types of scenarios. SAP will provide a different types of scenarios. Sorry, different types of how to say that processes. The third point is inventory management. Inventory
Can
management
you,
is yes, madam.
sorry, sir. Can you go one slide behind? I just want to take a picture.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Right. Now, what is meant by inventory management? I said that you placed only one mobile. For example, in a big organization, there is having so many things they received. Simple thing, if you go to any warehouse, you can able, simple example is IKEA. If you go to IKEA, you will find so many things. So they will maintain all the, if you ask to the IKEA, if you go to the IKEA and you will ask to person, where is the bed sheet? They will simply say that go there, madam. So the thing is that they are maintaining the bed sheet inventory in particular place. If you ask a bunker beds, go there, madam. If you ask anything like where is that walking chair or a sitting of senior citizen sitting seats, they will say some area. So that is called as an inventory maintained area. Inventory maintained is nothing but we have to maintain all the materials in different one area, that is called as an inventory area or inventory management. And final thing is invoice verification. Invoice verification is nothing but whatever the material you placed order, you received that material. Once you received the material, you have to pay that amount to the vendor. Simple. I will tell you. If you want to buy a Tata Steel, 100 rupees, you have to pay the 110 rupees to the Tata Steel. Otherwise, he will not supply. Why? That much of demand is there for the Tata Steel. So it is nothing but you have to pay the before amount. Or some other steels is there. They will supply credit also. So like that. So the difference is that I said that Tata Steel is a advanced payment and other steel is a after receiving payment. So invoice verification is the simple thing is that whatever material you placed order, once you receive that material, you have to pay the amount to that vendor. That is called as an invoice verification. So these are all the main 5 aspects of the SAP MM. So we are going to learn each one by one like that. So I think so I covered all my ERP and SAP